it's one of the cars that I aspire to get, either that or right, morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I did think I'll do this differently this year. I've always actually had a vision board, but mine, I love writing, so mine has been like filled with texts, like, oh, these are what I want to do, my financial goals, and these are my non-financial goals. Whereas this year, I've done it completely different. I've actually created a vision board. I would say it's about 90% complete, and I think that it's important I share it with you guys. I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. What you put out there is what you get. Obviously, as long as you have the right energy around it and you have the right work ethic behind it, then that's what you can push for. So today, I am going to share my vision board with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. And I hope you bloody smash out that subscribe button, man. Honestly, thank you. Like, comment, hit me up. And I look forward to you guys giving me your feedback on it. Thank you. Right, so let's get into it. I'm going to go through it section by section. I think I'd say it's into 6 sections, and we'll go at it that way. I'll chuck some pictures up because it's probably not too clear with the camera sitting over there. So I'll chuck some pictures up of each section that I'm going through, and then you can see, have a closer look of what my vision board entails. So firstly, I believe it's a picture of me. My vision board would not be complete without a picture of me. That's symbolic of being your own biggest fan, being your own biggest critic, and honestly embracing yourself, believing in yourself, being present in yourself, and just being in love with yourself. And I might say that, and the first words that get into people's mind might be, oh, that's vain. No, it's not. You need to be your biggest fan. You need to also be your biggest critic. That's the only way you move forward. That's the only way you achieve a vision board like this, or you achieve any success in life. Because firstly, if you have no confidence in what you're doing, if you have no belief in what you're doing, if you have no love in yourself, if you have no self-love, then it's hard for someone else to see the good in you. So it all starts, what's that saying? Charity begins at home, I guess, but I would flip it to say love begins within. So love yourself first, put yourself out there, and then you would attract a lot more energy from strangers and other people. Like, how can I sit across and tell you to watch my video, sit across and tell you to do a vision board, sit across and tell you about this investment and that business, and I don't love myself? It's very hard to buy into that, you know. So yes, that's symbolic of self-love. Now moving on to the second one being my quote. That's my quote for this year. That's going to guide me this year. That's going to be what I live by, what I strive to achieve. That's going to be it. But it's live a life that is worth being written about. Again, for me, I think your aim in life should always be to have a bigger impact. So for me, I'm a very confident person. I'm sure that I'd make millions. I'm sure that I'll be very successful. But beyond being successful, what more can I leave? And what more will I be known for other than, yeah, he's got money, or yes, he's well traveled, or yeah, he's this or he's that. So that's part of the reason why I've started this YouTube channel, because for me, putting out all this knowledge out here, putting out all this positivity out here, putting out all this motivation out here, that is living a life that's worth being written about. Because I'm sure, if God forbid, if I went, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, with the amount of content that I aspire to drop on YouTube, you know, it's almost like a reference page for anyone who is going through certain things in their life. They would say, you know what, let me go on JVceo and let me watch this clip about this and see how much it can help me in my personal life. And for me, that's what it's about. It's about being bigger than yourself. It's about creating an environment that attracts success, like I always say. So yeah, that's what it's about. Live a life that's worth being written about. And then on my vision board, I've just chucked in a bunch of quotes that I think it is very important. These are quotes, again, that I aspire to, that being love. I aspire to, you know, have an environment of love. I aspire to give love. I aspire to receive love. I aspire success, positivity. These are all positive connotations, and this is what I am attracting into my life in 2020. Someone say amen. So on to the next one. It's right there in the bottom. I'm going to chuck it up on the screen right now. It's growth. Growth. What is growth? So for me, any move in the right direction is growth. And no matter how small, like I always say to people, enjoy every single level in life. So don't be at this level, aspiring for this level, and then ignoring everything else in between, because that's when you have an unhappy life. So enjoy every single level. If you're here and you move up to here, enjoy it. No matter how small your win is, enjoy the win, embrace the win, understand the win, and then you could push forward with more strength, with more clarity. So that's what it's about, growth. Then moving on to that, it's simple, honestly. That's a horse. I do want to own a horse. If you've ever known me from a younger age, I've always been in love with like just animals. Like I wanted to work at a zoo. When I was younger, I wanted to. Then moving forward, then I wanted to own a zoo and just have a bunch of exotic animals in my backyard, if you want to call it that. So yeah, that's what that's symbolic of. Over to the right, I've got a picture. I think it might have been a year ago or so. I went into the Rolex shop, and I do this a lot actually. I'll go into a Rolex shop, I'll go into a Cartier shop, I'll go into these places that sell luxury goods, and even if I'm not ready to buy, perhaps I am not willing to part with my finances at that point, or perhaps I just simply don't have the spare cash to buy it, I always go in there. It's part of the visualization process, it's part of the aspiration process, it's part of the attracting things into your life, the law of attraction process. I always go in there. So at some point this year, I do hope, touch wood, to purchase 2 more watches. Hence why I've got a watch of me in the Rolex store, and then I've got a picture of me in the Cartier store. That Cartier is actually the newer model of the current watch that I've got now. I'm still contemplating as to whether to sell my current model and then get the newer model, or just to collect both of them and have that. It's something that I could always pass on to someone else. Moving down, I've got a quote: be inspired. So find inspiration everywhere, right? Find inspiration amongst your friends, find inspiration at work, find inspiration with things you watch online, spend your time wisely, stuff like that. So that's what it's about. It's just quotes that keeps me focused on what the thing is, or on what the goal is. And then we've got a bunch of other things here. We've got the Cartier bracelet. That's something that I do want to get at some point this year. I'm not sure what color it's going to be. It comes in a white gold, and rose gold. So if there's anyone out there thinking, what can I get JVceo for his birthday present in March, that's your answer. Just get me the Cartier bracelet, and I'm going to love you forever and ever. Then a few cars. There's a few spaces, so there's a few more things I probably need to chuck in there into my vision board. That's a Maserati. I think it's called a Maserati Levante. It's one of the cars that I aspire to get, either that or the Range Rover Velar. These are things that, you know, it's material, and I have a habit of saying I want to get a car, and then I keep putting off getting a car because I think they're the worst purchases to ever get. I'd rather get 4 watches than spending the money on a car. But hopefully I have an extremely successful year, to the extent where I think, you know what, I'm just going to treat myself and get a new Range Rover or get a new Maserati. And then you got that section there which is symbolic of my travel ambitions. If you know me, I love to travel. I've been to China. I'd love to go to India. I'd love to go to these countries. I'd love to go Cambodia. I'd love to go to these places that are not really visited by the general public, if you want to call it that. because everyone's in Dubai at the moment. Everyone goes to these sorts of places, but everyone goes to Ibiza and so on and so forth. I want to go to those far-flung countries, unexplored to the masses, and those are the countries that I want to visit. But yeah, I want to be on a yacht at some point in the year, and that's why I've put a picture of a yacht right there. So now into the middle section, which is, that section right here, which is representative of the streams of income. So I aspire, because I saw the business last year. I saw the business last year. I'm changing a few things around to give me more time to focus on my creative outlet, being YouTube, and a few other things that I've got going. For those of you that don't know, I own a consultancy firm as well, consultancy / coaching firm. But my ambition this year is to create 5 new streams of income. And that's why I've got a £50 note on my vision board as well. It's not gonna go off. I'm gonna keep it there, because for me, again, 5 is symbolic of 5 streams of income. Just having the pink note there for me is symbolic of the monetary success that I aspire to achieve this year. Alongside that 5 streams of income, one of those streams, I want it to be an e-commerce brand, where I can chuck my products online and attract a wide range of customers. So that's that. My consultancy firm is up there, JVceo. It's JVceo.com, so you know, go and check it out. The bottom section of my vision board, that's the creative side. So that is the YouTube. You know, you've got my YouTube logo on there, JVceo. I do see that going very far, touch wood. You've got my aspiration of 20,000 subscribers. That's a stretch, because at the moment I'm in the hundreds. You know, that's a massive stretch. But yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what an ambition is. That's what a goal is. What's a goal if it's not stretched? You know, so 20,000 subscribers. So please, guys, subscribe. Help me get closer to that, so that next year I could be reviewing my vision board for last year, which is this year, and actually say, wow, like as a community, you know, we actually pushed each other forward and you helped me reach one of my goals. That puts me on to the next one, got at the bottom there, which is, so that for me is very symbolic of how far my vision stretches. I want to be global. I want to have speaking events in Nigeria. I want to have speaking events in the UK. I want to be global, and that's the success, or that's what I'm attracted into my life. We're not small-minded. We think big. If it's not big enough, then it's not a vision from JV. So yes, that's that. And now moving on to the last section of my vision board. I've always said the surest way of becoming successful is through properties. The surest way of becoming a millionaire is through properties as well. So to whoever is tuned in till now, I want you to smash out the like button, but alongside that, I want you to start researching. I want you to start understanding the importance and the strength of owning a solid property portfolio. So for me this year, that's what I'm focusing on. That's my investment section. So I do want to obtain 3 new buy-to-lets in the UK. I've got 2 pictures up there, but I probably will put a 3rd picture of a property on there. So that's what I'm aspiring this year. 3 new properties in the UK. Alongside that, I've got a word there. 40 plots for me is symbolic of how many more plots I need to acquire to hit my target of where I've seen myself being at this particular point in my life. So if you don't know, then I do have a lot of investments in Nigeria that comes in the form of land purchases. So hopefully this year I can get to a place where I could purchase 40 new plots of land in strategic locations in Nigeria. And alongside that, I have traded in the past, but this year I want to get into, I'm already into it, but on a bigger scale, I want to get into dividend paying stocks. And I want to start investing in that, and I want to ramp that up pretty quickly and get it to a place where I'm having 5-figure investments in dividend paying stocks. and eventually grow it into six-figure investments in dividend-paying stocks. And what else are we missing? Oh, you got a picture up there. I'm going to chuck it up on the screen right now. That was my last visit to Nigeria, when I visited one of my properties, which was a parcel of land that came up to about 1 hectare. So that's one of the beacons on there, with me just standing on the lot. For me, it's symbolic, because again, I do want to purchase a lot more of those, so that's why I chucked it up there. I think that's me and my vision board completed. Like I said, there's probably about 2 or 3 more pictures that I need to chuck on there. But yeah, so take that step, chuck a few pictures together, do a vision board. You'd be surprised how just having that visual right there. So this is in my room, just right there on my wall. You'd be surprised how having that vision would just literally stretch you and drive you and have you just shooting for bigger goals and having you achieve things that you probably never thought you'd be able to achieve. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this clip. I would always be with you, uploading at least once a week. So thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, thank you for subscribing, thank you for giving me your ears, and let's win together in 2020. And I'll see you again on my next video. Signing out.